We are on.
Awesome. Okay, good morning, all. Woo. How are you guys today? Yay, we're getting a heat wave, so pull out your swimsuits and stuff for the weekend, right? A big swing in temperature. Good morning. This is nutrition class, so hopefully everybody made it here. There might be some really cold people if they made it to the field house first and are making their way here. So don't make them feel bad if they come falling into the classroom. So I am Beth Ulrich, and let me see, most of you know me, but some of you don't, so let me go into a little bit about who I am. Who am I? That's a really deep question. We won't go that far. But I teach in the Health and Exercise Science Department. I did get my doctorate a year and a half ago, so that's still really exciting for me. So feel free to call me Dr. Ulrich because it makes me feel good, but you don't have to. I am also a certified athletic trainer and a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I have been teaching since probably before you guys were born, and I love it. It's my passion. It's what I feel like I am called to do. I was pre-med in my undergrad, and through different courses, things that happened in my life, God put me on a different route, and I think I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. So I love what I do. I choose to be here, and I'm just really, really excited about this semester. So, I do have 3 amazing kids, and not every day they're amazing, but most days. So we'll just call them that. So Jake and Taylor will be 21 in March, and Taylor is a junior here, and Jake is a junior at Olivet Nazarene University. And then my youngest is a senior in high school, so we're looking at possibly that she will be here next year, so that's really exciting. And I have a really super cute, hyper, weird dog. His name is Gus. So if I talk about Gus, it's a dog, not my kid. So just know that. And then I always forget about, we have a cat that roams around a little bit. Her name's Sophie. I won't talk about her much because I'm more of a dog person. So, but anyway, I like to be active. I like to work out. I like to work in my yard. I like to read and just hang out with my family. So that's a little bit about me. You'll hear more stories as we go. HES people are like, yeah, you will. So, buckle up, right? And then Dr. Ziegler.
Okay. So we have this little small window where we need to stand because everything's being videotaped, and we actually all of our lectures, at least all of my lectures, will be put up on we have a YouTube channel, so it'll be a HES YouTube channel.
We finally figured it out.
Yeah, we figured it out, and we have a person that's doing like an independent study. Is that what it's called? Independent study.
Tutorial.
Yeah, tutorial, and so we have to shoot that so you can, if you need to review any of them, any of the lectures, you'll be able to do that. So I'm Dr. Ziegler, Dr. Mitch Ziegler, or Professor Ziegler, or Dr. Z, or Mr. Ziegler, okay? So it's kind of important, and titles are important for me because you have to, when you go out into the field, especially for our medical people, well, and also for our HES people, you have to refer to people like that at first, and then when you get to know them, then you can start using, their first names or whatever. So please, let's try to work on that. So that's kind of an important thing for me. Not that I have this huge ego that I have to do that, but I just think it's an important lesson I want to teach you guys. So I see some of the people who know me are smiling, and yeah, I'm not really that strict about it, but I would like to just try to practice that. Hey, Dan, how you doing? So I'll give you a little of my educational background. I do have a doctorate in physical therapy. I got that from the University of St. Augustine. I have a bachelor's degree in physical therapy from the University of Findlay. I have an associate's degree in physical therapy from Kellogg Community College, so I'm really a physical therapy geek. So why I'm teaching nutrition is an absolute passion of mine. I've studied it most of my life. I was a bodybuilder early in my career, in my life, and so I dabbled with a lot of nutritional stuff and really went off the deep end on some areas. But lately it's been a real passion of mine, and I'll show you in a minute. I have an organization that I work with, or that I started, called Powered by Plants, and I have a website, and you can go and see that. So professionally, also, I did a lot of things in my PT career. I was probably one of the things, I was a director of physical therapy at Oaklawn Hospital, and I ran 5 clinics, and I had 50 employees, and did the whole corporate thing. And over the course of my career, I've opened about 7 or 8 clinics. I've opened institutes of greater learning. I've just done a lot of stuff over my career, which there's a reason for that, and I'm going to get to that. It'll be a part of my Devo in a little bit. But the driving factor behind why I push myself to do all the things that I've done in my life thus far is that there's a demon inside of me, and I will talk to you about my demon that's inside of me in a minute when I get to my Devo, okay? I do have 4 kids, and I'm married, and I live in Parma. I've lived there for the last 14, 15 years, and I have a lot of hobbies. Nutrition is one hobby. Martial arts is another great hobby of mine. I like to do meditation, and I like guitar, and I'm not very good at it, but at bonfires, I pretend that I'm good at it, and love being with my kids, and I have 3 grandkids, and I really enjoy that too. So you'll get a lot more stories as we go here, but that's a little bit about me, and I don't know it's hard to talk about yourself sometimes and try to tell everybody, but I think that's good enough, so.
That's good. Okay, so for this class is nutrition, and I think it's later, but it flows better right now. So this is our textbook. Please get the latest edition. I know you guys probably got our emails, I hope, with the pleas of get your books, get them early. We jump right into it on Monday. You'll have stuff due. So you need to have these. If you don't have yours yet, find somebody in the class who looks nice and borrow theirs, or work together to get that done. Everything that we do in this class is done with intentionality, okay? We aren't just giving you stuff as busy work, but there is a lot of information when we talk about nutrition. And there's also a lot of conflicting information out there. And so we really want this class to be one where we investigate a lot of different things. We will use this textbook as a guide. And we have also, I know I'm getting way ahead of myself. I went off path. We're also referring to this. We have in here a mix of people. This class is designed for health, human performance. It's also set up for our nursing students, and then we also have some biology health people in here, and other people who just really want to know more about nutrition. And so the whole class is just set up to delve into, first of all, how does our body work? What are a lot of the different reactions that are going on in there? And why is nutrition important? And both Dr. Z and I agree on this, that what we put into our bodies is really, really important. And if you want to live and have optimal health, nutrition is the key. And so we really feel like this class is really important for those of you going out into a field where you will be interacting with people, talking about the human body. If with people who are sick, how can we get them better? For those of you who are going into more of a preventative, what can we do nutritionally to keep people from getting sick? Feel like God has given us all a purpose for our lives, and has given us passions to live out that purpose, and we want to be able to do that. And so nutrition, I think I can say that we both feel is a key to being able to do that. And so that is just that's what this class will be. It will be looking at all of that. We really are hoping, and one of the reasons there are 2 sections is to make it a little bit smaller so that you guys will interact with us during the lecture. We want you to ask us questions. There will be some questions, I guess I can at least say this for myself, that I will not know the answer to, but we can talk about it, and I will go then and research it and come back with you with an answer. So, or we can talk about it in class. Some of you have had different experiences. So just know we're really excited about the class. We really feel like it is very vital to health professionals. And so, so I think that,
how many people think that exercise is really important to maintain health? Raise your hand. And how many people think that nutrition is important to maintain health? What is more important, exercise or nutrition? If you think exercise is more important, raise your hand. Oh, come on, really? I was gonna get you guys on this. No, all the current research that we're coming up with is like, if you really do a nice job providing nutrition to your body, then that's like 80% of the equation, and the other 20% is the exercise. So nutrition is just a really important piece to it. So that's why we think this class is just super important. And another thing too, and just follow up on what Dr. Yu was saying, is that you may be the one link to that person to try to help them, to this person that you're working with, whether it be in, as an exercise prescription or developing some type of exercise program, or working with them in an exercise routine, or it may be nursing, or it may be, if you're a physician. So if you can help them with their nutrition and help them to understand it, you may be the only link to them to try to help them with that. So if you can learn a lot in this class and skill sets that you could take to your patients or to your clients, it's going to be super valuable. So part of my practice is that, believe it or not, I mean, people come in for physical therapy, they're thinking I'm just going to work with them on a physical level, but I do talk to them about their nutrition. Because if they're drinking, six Cokes and they're, having a bunch of Snickers bars and that's their only nutrition they get throughout the day, I'm going to tell them, well, we're not going to get very far. So I have to help them a little bit. So you'll be that valuable link. So try to learn as much as you can so you can educate your patients or your clients. So I don't know where we are.
We're at devotional.
Devotional. Okay. So I'll try to be kind of quick here, but we don't have time.
I'll set it.
Okay, so let's talk about the demon. Okay, so the demon in me. Let's see. My mom was 19 when she got pregnant. She wasn't married. My dad was 18 at the time. My grandfather was the mayor of Mason. It was a big deal in my family. It was huge. Okay, so the talk around my house and the talk that I received when I was in the womb, if you want to think that I could hear then, which I think I can, was that we're not going to have this baby. We got to get rid of this baby. And my grandfather was the driving force behind that. He wanted this baby gone. It's me. Okay. So from an early age, from not even being born yet, I was hearing things like, we got to get rid of him. Not good enough. We can't have this. Okay. So then I was born, and then as time passed, my parents got a divorce, which was a hard thing. And then I wasn't good enough to be with my parents because my parents got rid of me. They sent me to my grandparents. That grandfather who didn't want me, wanted to abort me, actually fell in love with me, and we had an amazing relationship. It was great. They were my saving grace. So for the beginning of my life, I wasn't good enough, and I got pushed here and pushed there, and so the feeling I had inside of me was exactly that. So the demon grew inside of me, not good enough, just not good enough. Okay? So what happened was then I had to prove I was good enough. So I was in sports, I 3-lettered in sports, I got good grades, I became a bodybuilder, I did martial arts. I went to school and I got my doctorate and I tried to prove, and I opened up clinics and I became a director and did all that good stuff just to prove to everybody that I was good enough. Well, how did you think that worked? Didn't work for me. I was more confused than ever and I was exhausted. Constantly trying to prove you're good enough to everybody is exhausting, okay? It's exhausting. So then finally, I'm a really slow learner, okay? I got my doctorate in my 40s, slow learner. So anyway, being the slow learner that I was in my 40s, I finally figured it out. Is that God breathed his breath of life into me, okay? The creator of the universe breathed his breath of life into me, okay? And that breath of life was a part of him, so I carry a part of God inside of me, which is love, because God is love, right? That's what he is, and that's what binds this whole universe together is love and God, okay? So when God breathed his breath of life in me, the creator of the universe breathed his breath of life into me. He created my DNA. He made me who I am. He made me bald and with graying hair, and he made me kind of stocky and short and all this stuff, and he made me special. So, and the most important thing is he loves me. He breathed his breath of life, and I have his love inside of me, okay? So that validates who I am as a person. Because if he took the time to breathe his breath of life into me, wants me here, and I've got his love inside of me, then that's all the validation I need as a person. I don't need to prove myself to anybody else. I'm good enough, because God breathed his breath of life into me. I am good enough, okay? So this is my Devo for today. So if any of you are sitting out there and you think you have to be validated by your friends, if you have to be validated by your parents, if you have to be validated by me or anybody else, don't do it. Don't bother with it. Just know that you're already validated by God the Father. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody else, okay? That doesn't mean you're good enough and you can't grow. I mean, because I'm still growing and trying to push forward, because this is all a progress. We're trying to progress through this, or progress through this life, okay? But I do want you to know that you're good enough, okay? And I wanted to start off with a Devo like this and be really vulnerable and tell you about my history, because that's the kind of relationship I want to have in this class with you. I want us to get intimate, you know, in a personal level and grow together, not only through nutrition, but in our life journey. Okay, I want us to share stuff, and I want you to feel like you can share stuff with me, okay? Because I'm pretty open to everything. I've been through a lot of stuff, so if you've been through a lot of stuff and you want to process some of your stuff with me, it's fine. My door is open, so I'll be glad to talk with you. So that's my Devo. Let's have a prayer, and then we'll get started with our other fun stuff, okay? Our Father in heaven, we bow our head and we give thanks for this opportunity just to gather together and to talk about you, and to talk about your validation, and that we are validated by you, and that we do not need validation from anybody else, because you are the supreme being. You are the creator of the universe, and we just need to stand on that, Heavenly Father. And please help us just to digest this, remember this, and just live with this. And we're so thankful for all the other blessings that you bestowed upon us. We're so thankful for this warm weather that's coming up this weekend, and we're thankful for just all the blessings that you've given us. And we're especially thankful for our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and the atoning sacrifice he made for us. We're thankful for his birth, we're thankful for his death, and we're thankful for his resurrection. And we say all this in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ, amen. So in classes, and I think Dr. Ulrich, and definitely in my class, there's going to be a sign-up sheet for Devos. Now granted, they don't have to be this deep, okay? You don't have to be, you don't have to get into all your personal stuff. But I would highly recommend that you sign up for a Devo. And what that means is that you get up for 2 to 5 minutes. You give up, you stand up, and you just talk about what's on your heart. If you see a good video, that is an inspirational video, share that video with us. That's great. If you just want to read maybe a devotional you're doing personally, you can share that with us. But you will get extra points for that, and it's a good opportunity to get those extra points. So then if you're sick and you miss an assignment or something like that, that'll kind of make up for that. So we'll have sign-up sheets in our individual classes for Devo. So there you go.
Okay. It's actually still you talking about Blackboard.
Okay, so we've organized everything on Blackboard, so it's all there. Yeah, we think it's all there.
It's all there.
It's all there. Okay. So why don't we go to? Okay, so everything's broken down into sections. So what we're going to teach you and how we're going to teach you is basically in a section that's on the left side of Blackboard. So when we do the carbohydrates, this is for instance, this is just the intro. So we're going to have
for Monday.
So this will be for Monday, and for every section, and actually for every day, there will be a worksheet that will be due. So the worksheet is just to for you to read over the section and then to answer the questions that are in that section. And the reason we want to do that is because we want you to read before you come in, so that we can get into some good discussions. Okay. Then we'll do a PowerPoint presentation over the readings, and hopefully that'll clarify things, and that's kind of how we've developed the class. Okay. So again, we'll do carbohydrates, and that'll be a section, and fats will be a section, protein, and we'll just work down all the sections on the left-hand side over here, which you can't see very well. Should we go into syllabus now?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go in syllabus. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. So in the syllabus, we have our course outcomes and description, and then I think we'll just pan down a little bit, if we can go down a little bit. And then we'll just go into, we had to revamp the schedule, so hopefully all of our dates are correct. Okay, we've gone through it like 3 times to make sure we didn't screw anything up, but there'll probably be an error. But it's all here. So we have what we're gonna do in class. We have the assignments are all the way to the right. And then to prepare, we just go through the chapters and things like that. So we're gonna go through the book and work through that. We have, when we leave, right before spring break, we'll have a test over the first section of the class, which is basically carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, antioxidants, phytochemicals, minerals, water, electrolytes, okay? So we'll have a test. The test consists of the worksheets. So if you answer all the questions on the worksheets, we're gonna take all of the test questions from the worksheets, okay? So just study that well, and then you'll be fine.
Not necessarily exactly, but the
Right.
concept, right?
So then we're gonna break and go to spring break, which all of us are going to Florida or someplace warm. It'll be wonderful. And then right after that, we're gonna come back with presentations.
And in fact, on the spring break, just so that you guys know, we will not be meeting on Friday. I will already be in Florida, and Dr. Z will be up north at a presentation, so. So that Friday, so you get at least a break from our class the Friday before spring break.
So the first presentation that we're doing is just over different diets, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So last semester was really fun. We learned a ton. You and I learned a ton from the presentations that the last class did. So we're gonna break up, and we've picked all these crazy, weird diets that are out there in the world. Okay?
Well, they're not all weird, but.
They're not
some-
weird.
Some might be.
Some might be a little more weird. Okay, so let me take that back. So there's different diets. You get to sign up for the different diets, and then there's an assignment that you're gonna do. You're gonna do a presentation. You're gonna talk about the pros and the cons and sustainability, and you're gonna give us a general overview, and then you'll have research to back up what you're presenting. So when we went through all the presentations last time, there was this, there was some common denominators to all of the presentations and all of the diets, which was pretty cool. So I'm not gonna let you know what that is, because I think we'll probably run into it this year too, but I think you'd be kind of surprised what you'll find, okay? So the first presentations are really quite fun, actually. And then let's see, we'll do some more of the book, and then we're gonna go into body composition. So that's where we're going to be learning how to take someone's body composition. We're gonna do that through calipers, we're gonna do that through body measurements, we're gonna do it through BMI, just different ways to figure that out. So if you're working with a client or you're also working with a patient, that's gonna be kind of important. And let's see. So then we're gonna go into, what's next? Meal planning?
Meal planning.
So, and is that the presentations? No, we're gonna be presenting on meal planning.
Yeah, we'll be doing stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so next we'll move into meal planning. Then we do wanna have some speakers come in. And the idea of the speakers is we wanna have them speak on certain topics like cardiac disease, and I think we have stroke, cancer and diabetes. So we wanna have some professionals come in that do this on a regular basis to try to give you some insight. We have some, Dr., you and I have a lot of different viewpoints on this, but we wanna get someone from outside the class, or from outside of us to come in and speak on that. Then the final presentations will be over population. So we'll have sign-up sheets today for the diets that you're gonna be signing up for. We'll have sign-up sheets today for the presentations you'll do at the end. And the presentations are, you're gonna pick a population, meaning that you're gonna pick maybe a diabetic population or an elderly population or a pediatric population. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna research how to put together a meal plan for that population, and then you present it to the class, okay? So those will be the presentations at the end.
And those presentations will be based off a research paper that you will put together within your group. So you will do research on this population. You will write a research paper. The rubrics are already on Blackboard under those different areas. You'll write the research paper, and then you will present to the class basically your findings on that. So that's what that one will look like.
And then
The nutritional feast, that's the funnest.
oh yeah, so we're gonna do. What did we decide about snacks too? That's just in class only. We're doing it per class.
No, we're doing it along with the presentation, so we're still all together.
That's right. Okay. So we have something called the nutritional feast, and then that's going to be a sign-up sheet today. So you get to pick. Basically, it's an ethnic group, and you get to prepare one of their meals. So, for instance, Mediterranean. If you pick Mediterranean, you have to prepare a Mediterranean meal. If you pick kind of the Polish ethnic group, you have to create a Polish meal for us. So there's a bunch of different ethnic groups. You get to pick which one you want, and then for the nutritional feast, everybody will make their meal. We'll all meet together, and it'll be on a Sunday, and then we're all gonna eat, and we're all gonna sample all these different really cool dishes from across the world, around the world, okay? So that's always a fun thing to do. We're also gonna be, when you sign up for your group, your ethnic group, so to speak, that'll be the group you'll work in when you do snacks. So all of our presentations are gonna have snacks, so it's gonna be like a real movie thing, okay? So whoever signed up for a snack for that day, will prepare a snack and we'll serve it to the whole class, and then we'll do our presentation, so.
And the goal with the snack is to show that you can have yummy snacks that are healthier, okay? they're not always necessarily the healthiest, and that's okay too, right? You know, but that they're a healthier version, and so you guys will do your research, come up with a good way, you will prepare, we will be giving you money to go shop, you're gonna do everything in your groups, you will have money for the meal and the snack, we'll give it to you, you will have to figure out how to budget that, so much for the snack, so don't spend $50 on the snack and have $5 to buy your meal ingredients with, okay, so there's a budgeting there, but just to start to process, how can we do a healthier version of a snack? So, okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
I like the color. I did put, these are some of them, you might not be able to see, so we have Chinese, Japanese, Mediterranean, Italian, Mexican, German, American, Indian, Thai, African, French, Polish, and Russian. So these are all the different cultural groups because we want you to have a little bit of an experience cooking with different, within different cultures.
So you will have to look up stuff and see, okay, how the heck am I gonna prepare a Japanese meal, okay? And you'll have to figure out ingredients, and then again, go shopping for that, prepare it, and then be able to serve everybody in this class. So you have to think about how much you're gonna have to prepare and do all that kind of stuff. It's actually a blast, so we've had a great time last couple years.
I actually want to show, okay, so these are the different, yeah, I think that's labeled maybe a little bit different. These are the different conditions. Oh no, for,
What?
what is this one?
Which one?
Population meal plan.
Yeah, so this is our final presentation, so they're gonna put together a meal plan based on the population they should set up.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, yeah.
So this is the groups that, this is the final presentation, so if you get the cardiac group, you're gonna have to research out cardiac conditions, what that means, define cardiac conditions, be able to present what that is, and then off of that, you're gonna need to then teach us how to take care of these people from a nutritional standpoint, what kind of special meals, special diets, and you'll put a meal plan together Monday through, I don't know if we did a monthly or just a week, but I think we went through a week. How are you gonna serve a meal to this person, or what you're gonna give them and say, listen, this is what you're gonna do for meal plans for the week. So those are the things you're gonna be asked to do and present that PowerPoint in front of everybody. So you're gonna teach us how to take care of your population. That's all right. So when we try to be a little diverse, and then, I mean, oh, this is
I'm on the diet
okay,
now.
we're moving.
Sorry.
But for instance, if you guys look through the list, and we are open to change, so if there's an ethnic group or a cultural meal group that you want to do instead of what's on the list, and you, as your group, you guys together decide that you want to do something different, fine, just talk to us. Same thing with population. If there's a population you really want to talk about, and it's not on the list, but your group's decided as a group that, hey, we want to do this, that's fine, just talk to us on this, about that, okay?
So that's the population.
That's the population, yeah.
What do you want me to go back? Here's the, and then the different diet.
Yeah, here are some of the different diets. So we've got the blood type diet, which everybody knows that diet, right? Anti-inflammation, ketogenic, glycemic, DASH, paleo, plant-based, military diet, Mediterranean, alkaline, and Atkins diet.
No, and then there's a few more on the other page. South Beach and the zone.
So those are the ones that we found that we thought would be kind of interesting to have everybody present, but if there's something out there that you think is even more fun, then that's fine. Then just as a group tell us, hey, we'd like to do this instead. We're open to that, so.
Yeah, and so, I don't know
Oh,
that
I do
we
want-
have everything.
I do want to highlight this. So for nursing students, you guys have to pass a competency exam, I think, for nutrition. Is that right? Yeah, it's an ATI. Is it like an ATI competence? Yeah. Okay, so this book was handed to me and said that this is the study guide for it. I'm going, okay, cool. So I went through and looked and made sure that pretty much everything that's in here that we're going to cover, but it's going to be mixed into just the presentations that we've done from the book. Okay, so this book, when you read it, is kind of heavy sports book. Okay, so which is good because our health, exercise, science, and our bio people, they need that too. So we're trying to kind of combine this all together, but we really want to make sure we meet the needs of everybody, of our bio people, of our nursing students, and of our HES. So you're going to you may hear a little sports stuff. We're out here on this, weird kick on ergogenic aids, and then we may be over here, just kind of know we're trying to hit everyone's needs here. So, questions on that? Okay. What's next?
Well, okay, so the signups, we do want you guys to get signed up today. We are missing one of the signups, so I have a little plan, I think. What you need to do first is get into a group of 3, okay? And kind of talk about
Not
what,
yet. Wait.
what some of the different things we talked about, have an idea, and then what I want you in your group of 3 is to assign one person. You go to the diet PlayStation, which will be right here. I'm actually going to help you with that. Get signed up for that at the bunker. So if you're signing up for this one, the diet presentation, if you're the person doing that, you'll come here. We'll have a sign up over there for picking the culture that you will cook for. Will be there. And then right here will be for the population. So this is for the population you'll be presenting on and writing the paper on. We can't put that on the piano. So that will be right here. So before you guys move up here, I want you to get into your groups now and discuss what you want to do.
What about the feet?
Don't come up here yet. All right?
Is it groups within separate classes?
Oh, okay. So this is a really good question. Your groups will overlap. It can be anybody because we will do all of those presentations together. Okay? So go ahead. You guys can move around. Find your group. Talk about your culture, diet, and population.
We want to have them come up.
Yeah, I'll talk to them. Okay.
Make sure you rush up here. Rush us because we're not nervous about it.
I do. You know. Endurance athletes.
Wait, you want me to sign something? What? Like the culture?
Okay. Oh no.
Hey, this is for the group. Okay. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Nicole. What do we want? I'll do celiac disease. Yeah, sound good.
What did we sign up for? Okay, he said I don't know.
That's the I signed up for an endurance. Is this the population?
This one is population. Yep.
No.
Friday night and then
We did.
I had a concert.
We'll tell you about it. I trust you. You've both done it. I trust you.
You've already talked it over here. Anti-inflammation. I know a lot about this. What's up?
What's the other one? Is there another? Holly, can I put this?
Who took the keto one? Gabe, stop it. Which one are we doing? Oh, for this? Gabe, we're having the keto diet. But you have experience.
What would you want me to do? You're intestine right there. I think I'd be easier too. No one's Sam. Sam, there's a meal planning one. We're gonna do diabetes, is that okay?
What's that?
We're gonna do diabetes, is that okay? Robert's open.
Well, what are the options? My dad has diabetes.
Yeah, I'm like 47.
Yeah, let's do diabetes. My dad has diabetes. Sounds like a good one.
Halfway through, Zach, you have one.
Well, actually, you see, it
Hey,
starts
do
with
we, for our
13.
presentations, do you want us to dress up kind of?
Yes. All presentations. That's a good point. We'll bring
Well,
that up.
I usually always do.
Yeah. I'll bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. That is
I'm surprised
important.
you didn't bring up that you were a chiropractor.
I'm not a chiropractor.
Which is great.
Well, I thought you had to have at least some chiropractic background.
Osteopathic. I was trained in osteopathy. Oh, is your mom osteopathic?
Oh, she may be. But she doesn't, she's not qualified to do that type of stuff. Did you go to, you have to go to any chiropractic school?
No, I did a lot of computer education, so like the therapy group, I had to take a bunch of classes there. But I got my doctorate, I didn't take classes there. I taught Michigan State, I took all the I have hundreds of hours of people teaching me adjustments.
So even if you don't have a degree in chiropractic, you can still do
Oh
adjustments?
yeah. They're not called adjustments, they're called manipulations. The osteopaths don't call them adjustments, they call them manipulations.
But they, I mean, all my chiropractors would say pretty much say adjustments.
It's all the same. You only can manipulate someone in a certain way. I mean, you can change it a little bit. Not really. It's all the same. Right?
No.
Are you finishing up over there, Bob? Sorry for that. How are you? Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
You say you should lose.
We're going to talk a little bit more about presentation. Some questions, good questions.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah. I think we need to make an announcement that
During the warm month? During the warm month? What is it? 5-1? Oh, Mayday. Mayday. What country? Oh, we're in Egypt.
No, just like the presentation. So the days that are on there, we need it all. Hey, you guys. So, when you're in your groups, the
the one thing you need to sign up for, have one person come up and sign up for the date of the snack. We have scheduled the days that we meet as a big group to do the snack. And it's on the presentation days
Yeah.
mostly, and on the guest speakers.
So all you have to do is sign up your
Just the-
country. Just put down your country
Yep,
that you
your
signed up
culture
for.
that you-
Your cultural, yeah.
What day?
So we only need one person from each
And then
of
just
your
one.
cultural
Come and
sign ups.
sign up.
Just one person come up and sign up. But everybody's got to sign up for it.
Oh, that's in March. Yeah. Do you want to do that? Sure. I'll choose one close to the end.
I got it too. Thanks for that.
And or if there's one that, that you think of that.
March
is
15th.
We think it's pretty.
We have to cut all ties.
March 18th. So really, actually, we have left. We have a dash and minutes right.
I'm trying to figure out baseball schedule.
4. Okay. We actually we talked about that one.
Connor, don't be so difficult.
And okay, and what are your names?
I could do it on my birthday. Do I want to do it on my birthday?
Do it on your birthday.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You could bring in healthy
With
birthday
an
cake.
H at the end?
Would that even be good?
Okay, somebody else.
I don't like cake. Cake is just good as cake. I don't even like cake.
We could probably let it slide for that one day, but you'd have to bring out the nutritional values for your cake.
Okay, and then
Dude.
Nate? Alright, you're all good.
This is Mom.
So then don't forget to sign up for your snack if you have it. Okay.
It's founder in the pocket.
Yeah, and or right?
All right, I need to make a couple other announcements. We've had some questions. I want to cover them about the presentations. Number one question, do we need to dress up? Yes.
Yes.
Anytime you do a presentation anywhere, think in your head, I'm dressing. What does that mean? That means business casual. That doesn't mean shirt and tie or anything, but definitely minimum business casual. If you don't know what that means, look it up on Pinterest. Okay, so, or Google it. Another thing too is just some etiquette. When you're communicating with Dr. Yu and I, what you need to do is you need to address us, do not address us like this. Hey, comma, and go into whatever, or don't do anything like that. Address us as either, as Mrs. Ulrich, or, Dr. Ulrich, or something like that, but it has to be, when you send us an email, do that, okay? Please do not do it any other way. We will not respond to that, okay? Another thing too is don't send, at least from me, I'll speak for me and kick in, do not send me any assignments on email. Do not. I will not grade them. They will not be counted.
They will
okay?
get lost in my pile,
Yeah.
just so you know.
So just to let you know, if your assignments do not get into this folder, they will not get into the grade book, okay? So this folder is my key to grades, okay?
And actually, there are spots for things on Blackboard.
Right.
If it's to be turned in that way.
Yeah, so don't email us and say, I'm not gonna be there, but I'm sending my assignment to you. It won't work, okay? Here's another thing too. Sorry to kind of damper the party a little bit, but another thing too is, oh shoot, my old age just kicked in, it just left me. So, this is it. If an assignment is due at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday, and you contact me at 12:00 a.m. on Friday and say that I'm sorry, I can't turn my assignment in, I'm sick. That doesn't work for me, okay? Anything after the due date, I will not let you turn in. That's gonna be my rule. So, Dr. Yu, I don't know if you have something different.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to save this thing.
Okay, so you figure out how to save it. So, but what we're asking you to do is that if something comes up, please contact us in advance. If you contact me at 11:58 through an email and say, I'm sick, I can't get my assignment in, grace, okay? There'll be lots of grace. If you do contact me afterwards, there will be no grace. That is just, that's my boundary anyway, okay? So just let me know. I'm really good. If you communication is the key for me. Send me an email. You can communicate through email to me, or if it's a serious situation, you can always call me because my phone number is on the syllabus, okay? So,
And for my class, it is my phone number on the syllabus. A couple things for my class. I can't go in the field house still. So this is our classroom. Dr. Z's will meet, unless he lets you guys know otherwise, over in room 218 of the field house. But when we meet in the big group, this is where we will meet. So and maybe we need to fix the syllabus a little bit, and we can do that and make sure that we'll be meeting as one big group on presentation days and those sorts. So we will be meeting here. Where was I going? Oh, so don't call my office phone because I won't be answering it. So use my cell phone. It's on the syllabus. And I'm trying to get to that point of structure. And so yes, turn things in on time. For the worksheets, this is my plan. I do have an attendance sheet. You can let me know ahead when you won't be here. That's the best way to do that. And then if you get your work done ahead, that's actually great. Bring the worksheet in ahead of time. If you know you're going to be gone, athletes, plan accordingly. If you know you're going to be gone, then get your worksheet done ahead of time and have it here. Okay. So yeah, and then the worksheets, at least for my class, I won't be collecting them, but I will be checking them every day. I will take a couple minutes at the beginning of class to go around and check them to make sure you have done those. Indicate on those or on the attendance sheet that I have seen them, and then so that's how I'll do that. You'll turn them in the day of the exam. So anything else?
Nope.
Did you talk about presentation, that when you're working in a group, so the presentation, the paper, the other presentation, the feast, the snack, you will be doing that together unless otherwise noted. So when you do the feast, there is a paper to turn in with that. Some of it is done together, some of it is done separate. You know, what was your part in doing this? You know, so we'll ask those questions. We also like to get that information, so don't slack and make the other two people in your group do all the work. Okay, work together, divide the labor. Not everybody has to do every part. If you're the better writer, you do the writing, let somebody else do the research, mix it up. Okay,
we do like to hear from you, so when you're presenting,
yes,
we do like to have everyone speak. That is nice, but I know that's not everybody's gift. So the person who is not a good speaker doesn't have to do the majority of it, but we do want to hear from each and every
You will be graded on your part. So in the presentations, your part of it, we will be grading you. There's a section on that. Obviously the content and stuff is all together, but it's important to be able to talk in front of people, to be able to do that.
And most of the time where things kind of went sideways for people is that they just didn't follow the rubric. Because the rubric is going to tell you everything you need to do and how you're going to get your points. So just follow the rubric. A lot of people just completely forgot sections on the rubric. Like they might not have put the pros and cons. They might not have put that in the presentation. Well, that's like 15 points out of 50. So just make sure you just follow the rubric and everything will be perfect. Okay.
You know, so right, it is seriously, this is what it is. It is laid out very clearly. Here's your preparedness, the overview, and then goes into the content of the diet. So everything is right there. And same thing with the population paper and the population presentation. It's all there. Okay.
So the first half of the course is kind of the book. So we got to work through this because we got to get you all the information you need to kind of build the foundation. So then we can move into all the, I call it fun stuff.
The applicable,
all the fun stuff. So just kind of hang with us. There'll be a lot of PowerPoint stuff. There'll be a lot of just giving you information and a little bit of busy work by having you turn in the worksheets. But
those worksheets, what those are intended to be for is to help guide you through the chapter. There's so much information. We want you to know what we think is most important. And then those worksheets, bring those to class along with the PowerPoints and take your notes all right there because we will add to it, okay? So, but coming prepared will help us to be able to move through the information faster. So yes, you will need to read this book ahead of time before we lecture on it. Neither one of us is a big fan of spoon feeding, okay? Did you get that? Nutrition, okay. And so, yeah, and class is over, I know. So let me just say this one last thing. So come prepared because we want dialogue. We want you to be engaged. We want to take it deeper with our presentation, okay? And to really help you to understand what you're reading. That's our plan for the class time.
And debate too. I mean, I have a certain perspective on what I think nutrition is, and I want everyone to come in with their perspective. And if you disagree, this debate it. I'm not the kind of person that's going to put you down and say you're wrong. We're just going to explore the different options because that's kind of the format we want to run here. We want it to be a safe environment where you can comment and you can talk about what you think, which is fine. And then it does help to have a little bit of resources behind you if you want to debate a point. So that's always a good thing to have. But we want this to be safe. Again, like I started off with my Devo, I want you guys to feel like you can share. Both doctors, you and I want all of us to kind of feel like we're connected and we can share not only spiritual things but nutritional things, and even if there's other things going on in your life you want to share with us, we want you to know that we're here to support you. We love to teach this stuff. Nutrition, again, is a passion, so hopefully you'll pick that up from us, that we really like doing this, and hopefully that'll spur you on and you'll be enthusiastic about it. So.
Okay, I think we're good, right?
We're good. So all the sign-ups done. So so classes for me, remember, in the field house, and we will let you know if there's going to be a meeting here that we're meeting together. If something changes or whatever, we will let you know. I will try to let you know in class, if not email. So my email style is, like you probably got it this morning, at 8 o'clock this morning, I emailed you and said, oh, by the way, we're going to be in this class. So just check your emails in the morning for sure from me, because I'm kind of a late email person. So, okay? So I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay.
You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy it. And read. Okay, we never made it to you for the power. Okay, how do we do that? I'm sorry. Oh, this is
Hey, Kenzie? We get it, okay? You're a working girl.
Yeah,
well, but I have to save, okay, save it, we'll save it, and then,
Just save it on desktop.
okay.
Hi, Anna. Yes. So, like you indicated to me ahead of time, we're good. Just get your worksheet in for that day, and that's all. Yep. And then hopefully, we should get to now. And then if you want to look at the lecture, it should be on our site. Okay. Very good. Yep.